And also, classic. How did you get past me? What? I didn't even move. What the fear? She almost got the pass. Okay. Like, bro, I'm about to just stop streaming. What am I watching? Dude, like, DBD is in such a sad state right now. It's either you play nice, and then people bring 3 BMPs and Commodiuses with Hyperfocus and Stakeout with some sort of map offering that's magically guaranteed, even though they're not guaranteed anymore. And then they play the match out fully, and then everyone's fine. Or you play mildly sweaty and like half tunnel one guy and get your first hook, or your first death at 7 hooks, and then people just give up and stop playing. Like, there's just no fucking in between. Did I make this? I think so. For solo, she must have a toolbox or something. Ah! Drop. We didn't. That's really good for me. Well, that was a waste. At least I picked him up quicker. You plan to have it just be the 3 of us? I don't know about every time. Oh, look. Too strong. Easy. Cool. You guys fucking suck, you pussy-ass bitches. Hey guys, Scott here, and if you can't tell, I'm upset! So, DBD has been awful this past week for me, and it's not even because of Dead by Daylight. The game is pretty much exactly the same. It's just something has snapped in the community or something like that. A little bit of a background. I have been trying to do like a nice guy streak because I don't know. I find like just playing like I'm in a comp match in just random public matches to just be, I'm just embarrassed with myself if I would ever do something like that. So the only streak I can ever like emotionally accept for myself is if I try to do like a nice guy streak where I try to like, you know, at least double hook everybody. Basically pretending like the new anti-tunnel systems are in the game when they're not actually in the game. I think it adds a bit of a challenge and it makes things a bit more interesting, and it's a lot easier than just, you know, tunneling one guy out at 3 gens or at, you know, at 3 hooks and stuff like that. So I've always found that to be a somewhat interesting thing to do. But lately, over the past week, I don't know if somebody made a build or something, but I have been struggling to win games like that. Normally, I can win probably 90% of my games playing like that, but the past week, it's been like 50% or something, because every game has had some type of, you know, hyper-focused stakeout Commodius 4-man combo. Like, people are either going full comp insane shit, or it's the complete opposite, and people give up instantly to anything that I do. There is no in-between, and that is the most frustrating part. So I can't do like a chill nice guy streak, because then I keep, for some reason, getting these teams bringing insane shit. Like, I have been, you know, worried about hyper-focused stakeout since the combo came out. I have made a few videos about it, seemingly like over a year ago at this point, but luckily, kind of like shoulder the burden and conviction, not a lot of people use it, so I'm just like, okay, let's just, you know, it's nothing, it gets fine. It's kind of like Lucky Break, too. A lot of people don't use these combos and perks that are so insanely strong that if they became popular, I'd be miserable. But it seems like for some reason, people are bringing that shit a lot more, and turns out, yeah, doing gens by yourself in 39 seconds makes it pretty hard to win when you're trying to 12 hook, so that shit's kind of become impossible. So then I started just doing like viewer builds just to kind of mix it up. And then every single game, when I am not playing incredibly super nice guy, by the way, I still play nice. I'm not like tunneling people out at, you know, the 3rd hook and things like that. I'm just not going ridiculously ignore people in front of me nice. You know what I mean? And as soon as you do that, people give up instantly. And it's not even like when anything sweaty's happening. Sometimes I'll just hit them with Wraith at the start of a match. I will just hit them with an M1 attack, and they will disconnect. I will hit someone with a tentacle with Nemesis, and they will just instantly disconnect. I will fly next to someone as Vecna, and they'll disconnect. I'll crawl in a tunnel as Xenomorph, and someone will instantly disconnect. The amount of games that were 3v1s just yesterday alone, like half my games were just not even games. To the point I got so bored, I just started being dicks to people. Like, I just fuck it. I'm just going to play like a sweat lord. I had a match on Gas Heaven where I literally just slugged everyone, because I was just like, usually I don't let it get to me like that, because there's no point in doing that. There's no point in having the last game affect your current game, because the people in the current match have nothing to do with your last match. They didn't bring all this shit. They didn't give up. They didn't do whatever they're currently doing. They didn't do any of that stuff to you. So continuing this cycle of hatred for no reason is stupid, and you shouldn't do it. But I was weak. For one game, I just said, fuck it. I'm so sick of the community right now that I just kind of went, disgusting on people. And yeah, it works pretty well when you do that, surprisingly. But the problem is, almost all my games don't even get to the point where they even see if I'm going to play like that. That's the thing. Most of my DCs happen when I hit someone with an attack within the first minute of the game. And I actually talked about this a long time ago when people were disconnecting. Most of the disconnects tend to happen right at the start of the match because you have like Lethal Pursuer. The most disconnect incentivizing perk in the entire game is Lethal Pursuer. If you have that and you get a hit within the first 30 seconds, the chances of someone disconnecting is astronomically higher. It's like people don't realize that they have multiple hook states. And in fact, if you get hit at the start of the match, the game is not over. And by far, the most annoying part about all of these disconnects that I got, even just yesterday, it's been going on for weeks now, but just yesterday, is half the games people disconnected in, they were actively winning. Like, there were 2 gens left or 3 gens left that were 99 or something. They were legit about to beat me. And because they disconnected, then I was able to win. It's not even people leaving at like 5 gens and there's 5 people, 5 hook states and stuff like that. That I understand. That's kind of like a doomed match. Some people just want to go next. No, people leave when they are literally beating my ass. They are actively winning and they will leave. That is the most mind-boggling shit of all. Like, I get leaving a doomed scenario. That's understandable. I'm not saying do it, but I at least can empathize with that a bit. But some people leave when they're like legitimately heavily winning. They just have no concept. They get their first hook when I have like 3 total hooks and there's 2 gens left, and then they DC. I'm like, you are winning. What are you doing? You are literally going to win the game, except now probably not. Whole point is, I don't know what has gone wrong with the community in these past couple weeks. I'm thinking it's maybe the disconnection penalty changes. For those who don't know, they recently kind of changed how the disconnect penalties work. Now you basically get like 1 or 2 free disconnects and they recharge with basically good behavior. I think it's like every, 20 games or something, you remove a disconnect penalty point, and it starts off with no penalty for the first 2 disconnects. However, it takes much longer to reset those penalties, which I think is kind of a cool way to do it. I'm actually perfectly fine with that. I'm just trying to think of a variable that might have affected people just giving up so much. It could be because survivors are upset they're not getting the changes that were proposed in the PTB, because frankly, they were massively overcooked, let's be real, and maybe they're as a form of protest. But dude, it just makes me circle back to the question, why are these people even playing the game? It's not even like I'm like doing like a obnoxious blood favor triple regression ghoul shit. I will uncloak and hit somebody with Wraith and they will instantly disconnect. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm playing. It's just people it seems like they don't even want to play Dead by Daylight. I don't know why they launched the game. And we discussed this in the stream a little bit. And I think it's kind of like, it's like drug seeking behavior where people will play 10 shitty games in hopes of getting that one game that made them fall in love with Dead by Daylight. Because the game, when it is fun, is really fun. But as people play more and more and get more and more jaded about it, they need more and more shit to get to that good game again. So it's literally like a drug to them. And so they need to wade through more obnoxious shit in their mind in order to find that one really fun game again. But it's to the point now, I don't know, these people don't have 50-minute like DC penalties because it's every game. Every game, multiple people. And I don't even blame the second or third guy for DCing. If someone DCs at 5 gens, I'm like, all right, they're fucked. I don't really care if anyone else gives up. I get it at this point. But, dude, it's just like, my will to play DBD is so low this past week. I've just been, like, really struggling to play the game. I don't know what this bug was. I couldn't pick her up. I'm not BMing her. But I'm worried because Krasu is going to be more of the same. Krasu, I will just tell you right now, if you haven't played in PTB, is not an enjoyable killer to go against, like, at all. She is really kind of Chucky Scamper on steroids. She's actually better than that. And it's going to be miserable to go against. So we're just going to have more of it. So I'm just dreading this new release. I feel like we're going to get a day of people seeing what the new killer can do, and then she'll be added to the list of 72 killers that I won't play against, according to, like, every survivor. And I'm just getting sick of it, man. Like, I'm actually, like, getting, like, my empathy for the shit survivors have to go through is just really running out. And again, I was even someone like, a long time ago, back in the original Skull Merchant days or the original Legion days, I would even advocate DCing against those things because I think they were crimes against humanity, hour-long, games, and Old Legion, I don't even need to describe how that was worthy of disconnecting. But dude, the shit that we have in the game is nowhere even close to as bad as that stuff. That stuff was like, you had to just wait for the server to time out bad. This is just like, oh no, the Wraith was invisible and he hit me. I don't like that. Disconnect. Like, it's not even comparable. Like, I do agree that I shouldn't have advocated for disconnecting really in any way, but you got to understand, it was for Old Legion and Skull Merchant. Those are such extreme, horrible examples that I don't think it's fair to criticize me for that. And also, that was years and years ago. That was like, what, 2-3 years ago now at this point? So my whole perspective on this has just completely changed. And frankly, I'm just so fucking sick of people DCing. I understand leaving when it's a losing scenario, but most of the times they're in winning scenarios and they're still leaving. It's just completely ruining my love for the game. This is a rant video. I'm fucking sick of everybody. That's it. Bye.